Namo Phat. Thanks so much for joining me for our daily practice check-in. Listen, listen, listen. This wonderful sound calls us back to our true home. The second mindfulness training. Aware of the suffering caused by exploitation, social injustice, stealing, and oppression, I vow to cultivate loving kindness and learn ways to work for the well-being of people, animals, plants, and minerals. I will practice generosity by sharing my time, energy, and material resources with those who are in real need. I'm determined not to steal and not to possess anything that should belong to others. I will respect the property of others, but I will prevent others from profiting from human suffering or the suffering of other species on Earth. For our Dharma lesson, we've been reading Everything We Do Matters by the Venerable Wuling, and we're continuing today in a talk on vengeance with the story of Digavu. If anyone had a right to feel hatred and fear, surely it was King Dagiti. Yet when confronted with a truly terrifying situation, his overriding thought was to protect his son. He did not cry out for his son to save him and his queen, or for Digavu to save his own life by fleeing, but instead spoke to his son's heart and told him not to come forward. He then warned Digavu not to hold on to resentment, not to readily destroy a friendship, and not to seek revenge. The king had the presence of mind to know in an instant just the precise words that would strike the right chord in the heart of his son, even when he had not seen him for some years. Imagine the level of restraint required to be able to speak wisely out of love and empathy instead of anger and terror. Imagine, with imminent danger all around, how focused the mind had to be. Imagine the dignity it took to remain calm. How many of us today have even a fraction of such restraint and dignity? How much do we practice restraint in our daily lives, and how often? How dignified are we in our demeanor and behavior? Picture in your mind an image of the Buddha, an awakened being. What qualities does this image bring to mind? Restraint and dignity, patience and compassion, contentment and great ease. These are the qualities we need to uncover within ourselves if we are to, like him, awaken. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. Namo Phat. Thanks so much for joining me today.